Alrighty, here we are with Hondo's kit reveal. Hopefully you saw the developer's insights and then you know that he's, I don't know, seems like a very risky character. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, obviously he's not going to be in my team anytime soon, so I'm not super worried about it, but in the long run, I don't know if I'd ever want to actually work on him. He sounds very risky, but here's the kit reveal, so maybe we can get a different idea of him. Maybe he's actually awesome, and the kit reveal just wasn't doing him justice. So, starting off, he's got his basic, I Smell Profit. Looks like all he does is just shoot an enemy twice. Final text, deal special damage to target enemy. Gain 1 stack of Ransom, max 50, okay, for the rest of the encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. If the enemy is light side, Hondo removes 10% turn meter from them. If the enemy is dark side, he gains 10% turn meter. Okay, so it's basically all about turn meter, and it just depends on which way it goes. They either get it removed, or he takes it. And then Ransom. He also gets plus 2% max health and tenacity. That's kind of weird, because in a way, gaining a stack of Ransom would kind of be like a heal. I mean, think about it. He's gaining plus 2% max health. So say he, just for easy numbers, has like 100 HP. I mean, 100, yeah, let's just say HP. Like I said, easy numbers. No characters have that low of health. But just for easy numbers, he's got 100 HP. And he took 50 damage. So he's half dead. And now you're gaining 2%. I mean, 2% of 100 is only 2. But still, now instead of being at 50 HP, he's at 52. So it's like a slight heal as well. And then obviously if he's able to actually heal up, then he has even more health that he can recover and such. Plus, I'm pretty sure, I mean, it says max 50, which that's psychotic. So that would be plus 100% max health. So back to that, now he'd be at 200. And that means he'd be at 152 health. So that'd be like a huge heal. Anyways, special one. I don't want to kill you per se. Cooldown 6. Wow, that's kind of big. And it's a Zeta. What is this? He's kind of kissing and giving the middle finger with his gun down. And it's just, okay, going after just the one, right? Yeah, just the one target. Remove 20% turn meter from all enemies. Okay, it doesn't look like that. Hondo gains outmaneuver for 2 turns. A ship move. Ship with a P. Move is what I said. Which can't be copied. Inflict captive on the target enemy, excluding GLs, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, prevented, or resisted. Man, this list keeps getting longer. Remember when before it used to be 3 things, copied, dispelled, or prevented. Now they added evaded, resisted. Until the start of Hondo's second turn, enemies gain 25 buffs, or Hondo is defeated. What? Which can't be all that stuff until the start of Hondo's second turn. Enemies gain 25 buffs. What is this saying? Hold on, let me read that one more time. This is confusing. Inflict captive on the target enemy, excluding GLs, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, prevented, or resisted. Until the start of Hondo's second turn, enemies gain 25 buffs, or Hondo is defeated. What is that back half saying? At first it felt like it's a new sentence, but then it just sounds like it's conditions. But conditions for what? You inflict captive on the target enemy, which can't be all that stuff, and then you're talking about until the start of his second turn. What? Or are you just saying, maybe this is worded poorly, and what that's saying is the captive lasts on the enemy until either A, Hondo takes his second turn, B, it says enemy, so I'd assume that the opposite team, so the team that has the captive inflicted on them, if they gain 25 buffs, then the captive would expire, or C, Hondo's killed. Maybe that's what that's saying. It's just very poorly worded, so it's confusing. Whenever captive expires, Hondo gains 10 stacks of Ransom. Captive on characters. Speed set to 0. Can't bonus attack or gain bonus turn meter. Okay, so that kind of sounds like being fractured. You know, Theron's move. And then captive on raid bosses, which basically does nothing because raid bosses are ridiculously OP. Minus 30% critical damage, defense, and offense. Like, okay, that's actually not too bad. Minus 30% offense. Imagine like the Rancor hitting 30% weaker. It's not bad. And then 30% less defense. That means you can hit a little harder. That could actually be handy there. Insolence, we are pirates. And the developers' insights, they said that the title for this was much longer. It used to be Insolence, we are pirates. We don't know what that means. Cooldown 4. So what does this one do? Alright, so it looks like he giggles, points at somebody, and he calls an assist. And then that character he calls goes, and then he goes and fires. Mando, boom, boom, and then he's shooting. Final text. Dispel all the buffs on all scoundrel allies. Call target ally to assist, then Hondo assists. If target ally is light side, they gain 25% damage and defense penetration for this attack. Okay, it's not bad. If target ally is dark side, they gain 25% critical chance and critical damage for this attack. Okay, that's pretty stupid. Because critical chance is still only a chance, so you're still gambling. So you might gain 25% critical chance for that move, but if you don't hit a crit, then that does absolutely nothing. And then that also means that the critical damage is negated. So the light side is actually way better because you're definitely going to get 25% more damage and 25% defense penetration. There's no gamble there. Then Hondo also hooks himself up with defense up for 2 turns and 4% offense per stack of Ransom for 3 turns. Jeez, everything's always 2 turns. Now it's 3 turns? I mean, it's... Oh, yeah, 4% offense per stack of Ransom. And it says that he can have 50 stacks, right? That's what that said, right? Gain 10 stacks. No, 10 per stack of, I don't know, Ransom. I thought something said 50, max 50. Well, yeah, Ransom. Gain 1 stack of Ransom. So now this thing says per stack of Ransom. Yeah, so if he had all 50, that's 200% offense that he'd gain. It's not bad. If Hondo has at least 5 stacks of Ransom, dark side enemies are inflicted with an ability block for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. And light side enemies are inflicted with buff immunity for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. It almost sounds like this time dark side had better ability block. That means they can only use their basic, where the light side enemies only have buff immunity. Like, okay, cool. So you can't like get heal over time or something. That's funny. So the light side on your team had the better advantages than the dark side, but on the opposite team, you want to be going up against dark side enemies. If Hondo has at least 25 stacks of Ransom, increase cooldowns of all enemies by 1. There you go, that's decent. Imagine like a Nihilist, now that Annihilate is cooldown 9. Actually, how often does that pop off, too? Because that would be cool. Imagine you're able to keep, like, increasing the cooldown, so now Annihilate goes from 9 to 10 to 11. That would be super advantageous for your team, obviously. Unique 1. That's just good business. Buzziness. Why does business look like it's spelled wrong? I know it's not, but for some reason it looks kind of weird. Business. I don't know. Zeta and an Omicron. Final text. Hondo has plus 100% health steal. Whenever Hondo evades an attack, he gains 1 stack of Ransom. Okay. If a captive enemy is defeated and Hondo does not have at least 10 stacks of Ransom, Hondo typo escapes from battle. Okay. Hondo typo escapes from battle. Wow. All these words keep making me want to say the wrong thing. Every time I see Ransom, I want to say random, and then Hondo, I'm thinking Honda. Why does it say typo there? What's that supposed to be? I don't think it's supposed to be anything. It just says it's supposed to be Hondo escapes from battle, but they got typo in there. Hondo gains bonuses based on his stacks of Ransom. If he has 5 stacks, he adds expose the target enemy for 1 turn and gain foresight for 1 turn to his basic ability. What's that mean? So if he uses a basic, he'll get foresight? 10 stacks, you're immune to crits. 15 stacks, you recover 20% health at the start of your turn. 20 plus, you recover 20% protection at the start of your turn. So if he has 20 plus That means he has all of that, so he'll recover protection, health, he's immune to crits, and he can gain foresight just by using his basic. Is that what that's saying? Because that's a lot of stuff going on if that's the case, which is kind of cool if you're using him, you know. Anyways, at the start of his turn, if there is an enemy with the captive debuff, Hondo gains 15% critical chance, critical damage, and defense penetration, stacking max 150%. And 3 speed, stacking max 30 for the rest of the encounter. Max 30 speed. That's not really that much when you think about it. In the grand scheme of things, just 30. Flatline 30. Oh, okay, cool. While in Grand Arenas, so this would be the Omicron, Hondo starts the encounter with 25% turn meter for each other scoundrel or smuggler ally. If there is an enemy with the captive debuff at the start of Hondo's turn, Hondo gains an additional 15% critical chance, critical damage, and defense penetration per turn. Stacking, max 150%, and 3 speed, stacking, max 30 still. This is an Omicron? What did it even do? He starts the encounter with 25% speed for each other scoundrel or smuggler ally. And then if there's an enemy with the captive debuff, blah, 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 yeah, that's exactly the same. Oh, he gains an additional... Wait. Okay, so he gains an additional... So that means overall the speed would be plus 60. And the defense penetration and all that would be plus 300, right? Because it's additional. It's still not that juicy for an Omicron, though. Like, okay, it's cool, but that's just a Zeta. Come on, let's be real. Unique 2. I guess we won't be friends. Final text. The first time any character gains bonus turn meter each turn, Hondo gains 5% bonus turn meter. The first time any character? Oh, that's cool. So that's both sides. Whenever any character, there we go again, gains a buff, Hondo recovers 5% protection. Whenever any character assists, Hondo gains protection up. 5% stacking for 1 turn. Well, that's weird. So you're going to gain protection, but it's only 1 turn, so then what? It just wears off? It's kind of weird. If Hondo had at least 2 other allies at the start of the encounter, the first time Hondo has no other active allies, he gains 100% turn meter and 24% counter chance, defense, evasion, offense, potency, and tenacity for the rest of the encounter. If Hondo had at least 2 other allies at the start of the encounter, the first time Hondo has no other active allies, he gains all that. 100% turn meter. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's like a weak version of Wampa's Omicron. A weaker version. You know, it's only 25% counter chance, defense, evasion, offense, potency, and tenacity. But it's also available everywhere, not just Grand Arena like Wampa is. I guess, though, if you did mod him properly, that could come in pretty handy, because it's in 25... He's gaining 25%, so I'd assume it's of his base stats. Whatever you really care about, like say you really want him to be super tenacious, hook him up with that, and then when he's gaining the plus 25%, that'll be a lot. Or offense or whatever. You know, it's just kind of funny. How many moves does he have? He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abilities in his kit. I just say it's funny because in the developers' insights, they said that they had a hard time trying to come up with a kit for him, and yet they came up with 5 moves, well, 3 moves and 2 uniques, but still, like, and an Omicron, so that's kind of like 6 moves in a way. It's like, it doesn't really sound like you're having a hard time coming up with all that. I mean, a hard one would be like 3 moves, like Snow Trooper. He's only got 3 moves, 2 moves and 1 unique. That would be hard, not coming up with 6. Anyways, edit. Question. How does Hondo interact with Datacrons? Answer. Hondo is not considered light or dark side, so any kits or Datacrons that have bonuses for those alignments will not apply to him. He can still gain stat, faction, and character bonuses through Datacrons, though. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because he's not light or dark side, so if there's anything specific to light or dark side, he's not going to get that. But if it's something like smugglers and or scoundrels, well, he is a smuggler and a scoundrel, so it would make sense that he could see those. Anyhow, I think, yep, it's the community, so let's see what they think. Clickbait. What? Okay. Interesting kit. Going to take me some time to digest it. I feel like his Omni should have been for territory battles, since he is able to be used in either light side or dark side. That would have been nice. Oh, that is a solid idea. I did not think of that. Yeah, his thing's for Grand Arena, right? while in Grand Arenas, it said. Wait, where was that? Yeah, which normally Grand Arena is the perfect spot, but that is super true. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that would have been better. Imagine the first character's Omicron that you can actually use on either side. That would have been cool. Every situation has the potential to be profitable. He looks like a fun character. I don't know, because he still has that runaway nonsense. Hondo typo. I thought his last name was Onaka. I don't know what that was supposed to mean. I made fun of it too, though. So you can use neutral in both light side and dark side areas of the game. Still, questions around the neutral tag. The above seems to indicate they count as both. Where character kits are call-out alignment, do neutral characters count for both or neither? E.g. JML can call a light side ally to assist. Can call a neutral? C lead has bonuses for dark side. Do neutral get them? Hondo gives bonuses to light or dark. Do neutral get both or neither? Datacrons have light and dark bonuses. Do neutral get neither or both? Ooh, that one's actually answered. But the rest, you do have a good point. Congratulations on deciding on a bug... Wait, what? This is the same exact guy right after. Congratulations on deciding on a bug report you want to receive every time this occurs. What? On deciding on a bug report you want to receive every time this occurs. In Grand Arena territory, what happens if random leads at the moment? Oh yeah, that nonsense. Da-da-da. Sometimes using Hondo is not profitable. Yeah, that's the thing that I was saying, because, you know, I actually said that in the Developers Insights one, but he just seems way too risky, and that was part of it. Like how you could be in Grand Arena and kill your opponent, but if you don't have enough, ransom or whatever built up, then Hondo just flees, and then they say you get the loss. So obviously you still clear the territory, or, you know, that battle would count. It would look like you won because you couldn't fight them anymore, but you wouldn't get full banners. They would give you banners as if you lost, which just is like, that ain't that juicy. How does one exactly typo escape from battle? Yes. Wow, that's it for comments? Usually there's a lot. Huh. Well, anyways, there it is. Kit reveal for Hondo. I don't know how I feel about him still. Yeah, reading his kit sounds kind of cool, but he's still way too risky for my likes. And overall, the kit wasn't, like, over-the-top juicy. Like, if he had, like, a GL tier kit, then I'd be like, okay, the kit outweighs those risks. But it's not like that. It's like, hey, I'm risky, and I just come with a few cool little bonuses. Like, I don't know. The community doesn't sound too hot on him either. Like this one's saying clickbait. But anyways, I guess that's all I got. So thanks for checking this out. And until the next one, which might just be his marquee event, I said see ya.